What is up, F and true followers, wrestling fans, and members of the YWC? JAC Styles here with the Affirmative of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com with the Monday Night Raw review for March 26, 2012. This is the final Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. Got a lot to talk about and want to get this up for you guys so you can watch. First off, we started off Monday Night Raw with a fantastic tag team bout. We saw Randy Orton and Sheamus to take on the World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan and Kane. This was a fantastic match. We saw Daniel Bryan bring his A game, and it was Daniel Bryan from before winning the World Heavyweight Championship, where he didn't weasel his way out to win the match. He brought his A game. We then see Randy Orton take it to Daniel Bryan before missing a knee drop, which led to numerous flurries by Daniel Bryan, which led to Randy Orton tagging in Sheamus. As Sheamus gets in, we see Daniel Bryan run and tagging Kane. These two battle it out. We then see Randy Orton and Kane spill out to the outside of the ring. We see Sheamus go to hit a brogue kick on Daniel Bryan, but AJ gets in the way. AJ is pulled out by the referee, and Sheamus goes to hit another brogue kick, but misses and gets tied up on the top rope. We then see Kane climb up on the top. We see on the apron, and hits a choke slam on Sheamus to the inside of the ring, which allowed the pinfall victory for his team, and Daniel Bryan and Kane pick up the victory. We then see Santino pick up the win over David Otunga. Post-match, we see John Laurinaitis get in the ring. Him and Teddy Long exchange some words. We see Teddy push John Laurinaitis down again for like the 6th week in a row. We then see John Laurinaitis get up and take his coat off, and as Santino was getting ready to hit the Cobra, as he was getting ready to turn John Laurinaitis around, The Miz ran into the ring and hit the skull-crushing finale. We then see John Laurinaitis pick up the mic and say to The Miz, "Welcome to Team Johnny." We then move on to the next match of the night. We see Punk and Christian advertised for later in the night. We also see another Rock Cena promo and an epic video package of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker hyping up that match at WrestleMania. We then see Eve versus Kelly Kelly, where Kelly Kelly picked up the win and momentum going into her tag team match with her partner Maria Menounos to take on Beth and Eve. We then see CM Punk and Christian happen. We see Christian hit the ring first, followed by CM Punk. As the ref was getting ready to ring the bell, we see Jericho show up on the Titantron one more time. We hear Jericho talk about at WrestleMania he's going to beat CM Punk and win the WWE Championship. He talks about how the only person in Punk's family, the only person that doesn't have any issues is his mother. But he goes on to talk about how Punk's mother and father didn't get married till after Punk was born. Then he also went on to speak about CM Punk being a bastard. And then we see Christian jump CM Punk from behind, and this fight spilled out to the outside. We then saw CM Punk snap, bouncing Christian's head off the announcer's table, hitting a GTS on the steel steps, then locking in the Anaconda Vice. During this segment, later in the night, we found out that Christian had re-injured his neck and that he was medically ruled out of the 6-on-6 Team Long versus Team Johnny match at WrestleMania. We then go into the next match of the night, which was the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay picking up the win over Kurt Hawkins. We then see Big Show pick up the win over Primo. Post-match, we see Cody Rhodes come out and talks about WrestleMania and how at WrestleMania he's going to add another embarrassing moment to the Big Show's WrestleMania appearances. He talks about how at WrestleMania on April Fool's Day that Big Show is going to be the biggest fool of them all when Cody retains the Intercontinental Championship. We then go into the next segment of the night, which is a backstage segment with Eve, the Bellas, and Zack Ryder. We see Zack Ryder and the Bellas talking about WrestleMania 28 and the match between Team Long versus Team Johnny. We also see Zack Ryder talk about the tag team match and how his team is going to win. Then we see Eve walk in. Eve talks about wanting to share a hotel with Zach, and that after their matches at WrestleMania, when they both win, that they can both, quote-unquote, celebrate. We then go into an interview with Josh Matthews and Josh Matthews interviewing CM Punk, and CM Punk talks about Chris Jericho crossing the line. His sister is off limits. His mother, his family, everyone is off limits. He talks about how his family is in a very good spot in life right now. Then he talks about how Chris Jericho called him a bastard, and Punk commented and said, "I am not a bastard. I am the best wrestler in the world." We then go into, after that promo interview, we go into the next match of the night. We see Mark Henry pick up the win over the Great Khali. Post-match, we see John Laurinaitis go to throw Teddy Long into the ring. We see Kofi Kingston get hit with a World's Strongest Slam, followed by Teddy Long getting set up for a World's Strongest Slam by Mark Henry. But Booker T runs into the ring to make the save. After hitting the axe kick that he is so known for doing, Teddy Long gets on the mic and says, "Booker T, thank you, but the only other way I can thank you is by asking you to be a part of Team Teddy at WrestleMania." Booker T accepts, so we do have two new members for Team. We have both have two new members of the match. We have one for Team Long and one for Team Johnny. And after this segment, we moved into the last segment of the night, and we saw the Rock versus John Cena promo. Now, this was a definite fire segment. I mean, The Rock came out and talked about everything that's been going on in his life since leaving the WWE, how back in 2004, how everyone thought that The Rock's last match was at WrestleMania 20, how everyone's coming up to him and asking him, it's nice to see you, blah, 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 when you coming back. He talks about how he went to the doctors the other day, and basically the doctor asked him, "Okay, drop your pants, cough, and when you coming back?" And then The Rock says, "I don't know, but first of all, you're my dentist. I ain't coughing or pulling my pants down or none of that." Then John Cena comes out, and they both exchange great stories about how The Rock wants to be the only person to ever beat Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, and John Cena at WrestleMania. How John Cena talked about how this match is everything to him, how he's gone into hostile crowds before and come out the victor, how he's gone into the hostile crowds before and lost. He also loves the interaction that the fans have with his matches, how they chant, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," and that he says he will be damned at WrestleMania if The Rock comes in as the visitor and wins. Then this fueled The Rock a little bit more. The Rock turned around and just came back and said, "Look, it's like, you know it, I know it, they know it, that The Rock ain't no goddamn visitor. He's the people's champion, and I will layeth the smackdown pretty much basically on his candy ass." And these two just faced off in the middle of the ring as Raw went off the air. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe if you have not. Let us know your thoughts. Brian and I love to hear your input on what happened on every video we do. So please let your voices be heard. You have the freedom of speech. Use it. We will not bash you. We implore you, please leave your comments and let us know what you thought. Also, guys, it's late. Please check out the Effin' Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment and all these channels that make up the Effin' Brand. Fight Nation Wrestling, the Effin' True Click. Also check out Effin' True Entertainment and the Most Extreme Wrestling. James, that we are over at We Are Pro Wrestling, and all the other members of the Effin' True Click. Guys, have a great night. Have a safe trip to commute in the early morning to work. For those of you who are watching this video, have a great day. Please check back later in the week where I will have the FCW and WWE Superstars review. Also, this Friday night SmackDown review with my broadcast partner, Brian Crazy. Have a great night, guys.